Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. I've been looking into expanding my skill set recently, and let me tell you, the sheer number of online learning platforms these days out there, it's nuts. Everyone's got an opinion on which one's best, but most of the opinions seem to come from people who have never actually used more than one or two of them. So I decided to do what I always do, test them out myself, and see which ones are actually worth recommending. After spending way too much time clicking around and actually taking courses on different platforms, I've narrowed it down to 3 that are actually worth your time: Coursera, PathForward, and Udemy. Now, these ain't just random picks I'm throwing out at you. Each one serves a completely different purpose, and frankly, most people are going to find one that fits their situation way better than the others. Whether you need serious credentials for career advancement, or you're trying to get back into the workplace after taking time off, or you just want to pick up a new hobby without breaking the bank, I got you covered. So let's jump into what makes each of these worth considering, where they'll drive you crazy, and most importantly, which one's actually going to work for what you're trying to accomplish. All right, let's start with PathForward. And I'll be straight with you. This one, it's pretty specific. It ain't for everyone, but if it's for you, it's absolutely perfect. PathForward is designed specifically for folks who taking time off work to either care for family members or something like, and are ready to jump back into their careers. And if you've ever been in that spot or watched someone you care about go through it, you know how scary that transition feels. My neighbor, Sarah, went through this exact thing. She'd been out of work for almost 5 years taking care of her elderly father. And when he passed, she was understandably nervous about getting back out there. Her resume had this huge gap. Her confidence was absolutely shaken, and the whole job search process felt like starting over from scratch. That's exactly what PathForward tackles head on. They've created what they call returnships. Basically, internships designed for people who have been away from work for caregiving reasons. It's a way to ease back into your career while building up skills and confidence again. The support system they've built is really solid. You can sign up for their newsletter to get job alerts and career tips, plus they share actual success stories for people who've been exactly where you are. They've also got resources for updating your resume, for refreshing your LinkedIn profile, and getting back in the networking game, because all that stuff feels real rusty when you've been away for a while. Their Returnship Matcher tool connects you with companies that specifically offer these paid programs. So if you're not ready to jump straight into full-time work, but you just want to start gaining experience again, it's a perfect bridge. Now, companies benefit from this too. For $2,500 per cohort, employers can promote their openings and find motivated professionals who are ready to get back to work. Honestly, it's smart business. Like, these folks, they're usually incredibly dedicated once they get their footing back. Bottom line, if you've been out of the workforce for caregiving and you need that extra support getting back in, PathForward is really helpful. Now let's talk about Coursera. This platform has been around since 2012, when 2 Stanford professors decided to make quality education more accessible. They definitely succeeded. Maybe a little too well, actually. Coursera partners with over 350 universities and companies, including some big names, Yale, Google, IBM, the like. They've got more than 7,000 courses covering business, tech, personal development. You can even do a full degree program on there. The flexibility is what drew me in initially. You can learn at your own pace, watch lectures whenever you want. And they offer everything from short courses to full specializations and degrees. Well, let's talk about the elephant in the room, the pricing, because this is where Coursera can get real confusing real quick. You can start free and access most content just without certificates. If you want a certificate, most Coursera courses cost around $49 to $79. There's no extra or different price for specializations or professional certificates. You just keep the subscription until you finish. Now, if you're planning multiple courses, Coursera Plus is $59 monthly or $399 yearly for unlimited access to most courses and certificates. Then there are their master track programs, which range roughly between $1,300 to $3,000. Coursera has full bachelor programs, which range from just $3,400, like OP Jindal Global University's BSc in psychology, all the way up to almost $50,000 for Georgetown's BA in liberal studies. For master's degree programs, you're looking at around $15,000 to $55,000. That's from the University of Pittsburgh's MS in data science to the University of Michigan's top-tier public health program. Here's the thing though, not everything is included in Coursera Plus. So you gotta double check what you're actually getting before subscribing. I learned this the hard way, unfortunately. I signed up thinking I'd have access to everything, and I found out the course actually wanted wasn't covered. But the big advantage is serious quality. Since the content comes from actual universities, established companies, you're getting solid material. The platform's got useful tools like skill tracking and personalized recommendations. Plus, the certificates actually mean something to employers. Now, of course, the downside is that the pricing structure is confusing. And some of the courses can feel a bit academic when you just want practical skills. I've got affiliate links for all three of these options down in the description. They'll get you better deals than going straight to their website. Now let's hit Udemy. This one's been around for years. It operates like a giant marketplace where pretty much anyone can upload courses. You'll find everything from Excel tutorials to guitar lessons to entrepreneurship basics. The setup is simple. You pay for individual courses that you want. Prices can vary wildly, especially during their frequent sales. They also offer a personal plan subscription for $20 monthly if you're taking multiple courses. Once you buy a course, it's yours forever. You can go at your own pace and come back to it whenever you feel like you need a refresher. That's a pretty big plus compared to subscription models where you lose access if you stop paying. But here's where things get tricky, and this one's important. Anyone can create content, so quality is all over the map. Some courses are incredibly well made and practical, while others are just someone rambling into their webcam for an hour. I found this one the hard way when a social media marketing course that promised to be comprehensive turned out to be basic information I could have found on YouTube, presented by someone who clearly didn't know much more than I did. I spent $40 on what amounted to be a glorified blog post. So you got to do your homework, right? Check the ratings, read reviews, and watch preview videos. Don't just go by what the course title or the description says. Udemy works well for picking up specific skills or exploring new hobbies without a huge commitment. It's not as structured as Coursera or as focused as PathForward, but it's accessible and there's a ton of variety. Alright, so real talk. Here's how I'd actually recommend choosing between these. With Coursera, if you need legitimate credentials that employers will recognize, it's perfect for career advancement, for skills certifications, or even full degrees. The quality is consistently high, but be prepared for that confusing pricing structure and a more academic approach. Choose PathForward if you've taken time off for caregiving and you're ready to get back into the workforce. The support system and returnship programs are specifically designed for your situation, and that focused approach makes all the difference. Pick Udemy for casual learning, if you're trying to learn a hobby or just a quick practical tutorial. Just seriously, remember, research before buying. Check those reviews, watch those previews religiously. It's great for exploration, but don't expect the same level of quality or recognition as the other two. Your choice really depends on where you're at and what you're trying to accomplish. If you need career credentials, Coursera. If you have a career comeback after caregiving, PathForward. If you need quick skills and hobbies, Udemy. Now, I've included my affiliate links for all these platforms in the description below. Using these links gives you special discounts and helps support the channel at the same time. What's been your experience with online learning? Have you tried any of these platforms, or are you still trying to figure out where to start? Drop a comment and let me know. I always love hearing about your experiences. Thanks for watching, and I'll see y'all in the next one.